Good afternoon. Welcome to UC San Diego, La Jolla, California, the scene for the 2019 National League Championship Final. Two familiar foes meeting up, the New York Athletic Club and the Olympic Club. Joined by Dean Quintal, Greg Meskel here with you. New York Athletic Club in the black and red caps, Olympic Club in the white. Officials here, Alex Stankiewicz, Darren Espirito Santo. And we are underway with Olympic Club controlling defending champions here in the National League. Winners last year had a strong 2018, looking to win the title again. And a takeaway here from the New York Athletic Club. They get it back to McQuinn Barron. Both of these teams stacked with national team veterans, Olympic talent, and a good rivalry in all sorts of sports and contests between these two clubs. Olympic Club based in San Francisco, New York Athletic Club, as you might imagine, based in Manhattan in New York City. In transition.
Alex Rolsa excluded there in the backcourt.
Interesting. He was trying to make a case for that. He was being tangled up with Patrick Fellner. And
he was looking at Mr. Stankiewicz over here on the near side, but the far side referee, Espirito Santo, called him for the exclusion.
Power play now for the Olympic Club. Sides coming even. Reynolds goes lob and in. McQuinn Barron ranging over, and Reynolds able to connect with the lob.
Though New York was coming even, it was still essentially a 6-on-5, and lobbing on a 6-on-5. Excellent effort there by Paul Reynolds as we get a second look here. McQuinn was up. You saw McQuinn up out of the water, kind of up high, and didn't have as much strength to be able to get back there for that lob.
We talked about the lobs earlier. Barron allowed a lob yesterday to UC San Diego, a spin lob from Miles Martinez. That was a pretty fancy shot. And then after that, had remarked earlier today that he was not allowing any more lobs if he could help it. But that one able to slide past him. And a 1-0 lead for Olympic Club.
Shot by Miriaki sails wide.
And now Olympic Club will look for a 2-0 lead. Here's Fellner. Overpass there. As they tried to work inside. Here's Benani. Now Jesse Smith. Smith trying to make his 5th Olympic team next year. Turned away on that attempt is Ryder Roberts, and Lazar Andrich controls. And on the way down, an exclusion. That will go on Styling of New York. And Olympic Club back on the advantage. 5:15 to play, first quarter. Andrich, a vocal goalkeeper. You can hear him a long way out, and he gets it in front now to Monsees.
Yeah, he was calling for somebody to get the ball down the pool so they can take advantage of this 6-on-5 opportunity.
Reynolds on the skip. And too early for Paul Reynolds. And Olympic Club in front, 2-0.
Not much hesitation from Reynolds there. Got the ball, got up. Just kind of got up and arched over to his left so he could get it by the defender, create a little room to get by the defender, and skip shot near side. McQuinn just dove back into the goal.
Reynolds, the all-time leading scorer in National League history and vying for the scoring crown again here in 2019. Has won the individual title in the past and looking for it once more.
Roberts with a 12-meter shot trying to catch Andrich sleeping, but sailed that 3 feet over the top of the goal.
Exclusion.
That looks like it's DeBow.
And it is. DeBow goes off, and another 6-on-5 now. Morales. Hennessy now top of the perimeter, Mulcahy. He'll let it fly and hit Colin Mulcahy, and a 3-0 lead to start for Olympic Club, coming out strong.
just like our previous game where USA Collegiate started out strong, the Olympic Club. Caught McQuinn leaning to his right and just shot back behind him. He got some arms up there as we take a look. Mulcahy just found a spot to sneak it through everybody.
Charles Samuels has come on. Here's Nick Carnelia. Both these teams very deep benches, as you might imagine. Turning inside on a penalty. They worked in close for Jeff Schweimer. And he does the job, drawing the penalty foul on Patrick Fellner. And now Roberts with a chance to get New York on the board.
Good move, a lot of open water there to get the ball into Schweimer.
And Roberts just getting that past a lunging Andrich. And the officials just letting Andrich know that'll be the end of your discussions with the referees.
We saw Andrich there just trying to guess that spot, but just not quick enough. A couple different tactics. You know, we saw Turner in the previous game coming off the line to try and cut the angle down. Andrich there was just trying to guess to a spot, but Roberts was too quick with the shot.
And a 3-1 game, under 4 to play, first quarter. Barron with the right, knocking that one away. Here's Viralis. Fellner. Low skip, and good job there by Schweimer coming over to help with the field block. Knocking that one away on the Hennessy attempt. Three and a half to play, first quarter. National League title at stake. A 3-1 lead for the defending champs, the Olympic Club. They came into the weekend as the 1 seed. Regular season champions here in 2019. Roberts just lost control. A few fakes and didn't have the handle anymore. But New York benefits as Olympic Club turns it over. So now the ball back to New York and a brand new shot clock. Roberts, he goes back inside and Andrich bats that away, a big block. Samuels comes right back to him. Lots of faking. Merarkey now. And that's turned away by Andrich. And a big...
Andrich is fired up. You got the warning from the official not to talk, but he can let out a big yell on a big block there.
I think a difference, right, between pumping up his teammates, getting excited. Referees just don't want any of that directed at them. Power play for New York. Reynolds departing for 20 seconds. Roberts up big and across cage, and New York kept knocking on the door. They finally break through on this time down. Now a 3-2 game with 2:37 to play in the first.
Nice shot by Roberts as we get a look. He's out there at the 6 spot, or 5 spot, even up situation, but just a little hole to sneak it right through between the defender and his offensive player.
Roberts connects, and New York within 1. Offensive. Off the ball.
I didn't catch what had happened there on the offense. I think it was called on Mulcahy, but didn't really see a whole lot there. But it was right in front of the official.
Now on the other end, Smith posting, trying to make that catch. Out to Samuels. Tough angle, and Andrich is there, hugging that near side post.
Olympic Club going to be out on the attack here.
Under 2 to play in the first. It's a 3-2 lead for the Olympic Club. Connor Stapleton now.
Andrich held that ball too long. I think if he gets that out to Reynolds right away, and he and Mulcahy are up on the far side of the pool there. But he waited a little too long and let the New York defense catch up.
And now a minute 18 to play. Looking inside, Rolsa tries to go across the way to Bonani, but the ball turns over back to Olympic Club as we near 1 minute to play in the first. Corner sub coming here for Olympic Club as Ballerin will go out. And he'll be replaced by Blake Parrish.
That's actually Odysseus Mascanitas.
Correct.
We don't have that change on our
roster. Did not play yesterday, but
no,
he is here today.
All right, he actually played yesterday afternoon.
In the afternoon.
Yeah, he missed the morning game, but got into town. Parrish has been sick, and
that'd be a new look for Blake Parrish, a beard of that effect. So recognizable, the left-hander Masmanitas. A big tussle away from the ball. And that was Rolsa and Mulcahy mixing it up, and the ball turns over to Olympic Club with 13 seconds left. From behind, Smith there to help on defense, 3 seconds left as Stapleton controls. From the outside, knocked down by Rolsa on the attempt from Monsees, and that's all for the first. Olympic Club off to a good start. NYAC hanging tough here in the National League title match. It's a 3-2 lead for Olympic Club. We're back with the second quarter after this. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Second quarter set to begin. 8 minutes on the clock. Olympic Club ahead of the New York Athletic Club, 3-2. John Mann into your picture there, the coach for the New York Athletic Club. Not just a coach, he's a member and was part of the USA men's national team for many years as well. And Olympic Club takes control. Patrick Fellner to start things off. Rolsa pressing on the perimeter. Shot clock to 10. And on the outside, let it fly.
Fellner, he has a powerful outside shot. By the looks of McQuinn, he didn't think that was going to go in. He didn't really even move much, but Fellner just gets up, a couple fakes, and just rips it cross cage high corner. And you see McQuinn there, he thought it was going to go wide. He pulled his arm back. That's kind of a rookie mistake I wouldn't expect from McQuinn. You know, goalkeeper's taught to go for everything. You'd rather have him tip the ball out of play and then have, you know, let up a goal.
Maybe thinking there, doesn't want to give them an extra 20 seconds, but to your point, then it's in the back of the net.
That's an easy trade-off.
4-2 the lead for Olympic Club. Smith will have some room. They try and force that inside, looking for Obert, who's come on, and Andrich is there on the tip away.
Good defense there by Olympic Club. They had the center covered with an extra man, and Mulcahy came over as his man started to go back on defense, so he was able to come over and disrupt the player with the ball.
Monsees was working inside for Masmanitas, but first, an exclusion on Rolsa.
That's his second. He was holding Mulcahy down there on the wing.
So 2 fouls early on Alex Rolsa. Opening moments here of the second quarter, and Fellner looks for more, and this time Barron's ready. And he tosses that one away. It'll come back in with 20 on the shot clock. Inside. In close. Put it away. Thomas Carroll and a 5-2 advantage.
Good movement, good ball movement there by Olympic Club. They rotated around. Mulcahy came up high in the pocket. Carroll just slid across the two-meter line. Outside the post, received a pass over the top from Mulcahy. Was able to put it home. Kind of gave a little hitch there. He kind of leaned like he was going to shoot it near side, but shot it back cross cage.
Savvy move there from Carroll. And it gives Olympic Club a 3-goal advantage. So this is similar to their start to the game. They got out to a quick beginning. And now inside on the other end. And New York drawing the power play as Obert working in close. He gets Sefton excluded. And then a race for it. Here's DeBow. Wygo's come on. Smith. Here's Benani. Shot clock to 4. Wygo moving in with 2. Cross pass, gotta go. Out of time, and DeBow just not keeping an eye on the shot clock, and that one turns over on a 6-on-5, no less.
Yeah, that's you'd expect with players of this caliber that you wouldn't have a shot clock expire on a 6-on-5.
Although we will note the new rules, shot clock only goes back to 20, so you're not getting that full shot clock. I think if you're thinking
that is true, and that's new. People just aren't used to it. You know, previously, you know, the ejection would be over, the team would come even, and you'd still have 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
You wouldn't feel like you had to take that shot even if sides were coming even.
There will be a little adjustment period for these new rules.
No doubt about it. 3 minutes gone by, second quarter. Here's Obert. Alex Obert advancing. He'll let it fly. That's wide of the cage and away.
And a lot going in there at 2 meters.
Here's a long outlet now. Paul Reynolds ahead of the field, doing what he does best, countering, moving in, working, lobbing off the bar. A lot going on there at once with Wygo and Obert giving chase, and Reynolds getting that shot off, but couldn't find that in-between spot to drop in the lob. Smith inside, a double, and a takeaway. Mulcahy comes over.
Look, Olympic Club's going to be up here on the near side here with Connor Stapleton. Oh, New York gives chase and covers up.
We'll work to Mulcahy now. Now looking for Masmanitas. Big turn. Barron gets enough of that, and was just thinking, when were they going to look to target Masmenides in close? Such a force at 2 meters.
Yeah, and that was a good move by him because the help defense was coming, and he turned away from the defense quickly. But McQuinn was there for the stop.
Some hockey subs here. Roberts and Carnelia return. And the shot clock already to 10 here for New York.
If you're Olympic Club, you got to be happy with that. You've seen New York sub 2 guys on the fly.
Carnelia goes inside, and it's tipped away and stolen. And Ryder Roberts just hung back on the defensive end, figuring that was going to be a tough possession to work through.
A lot of caps coming off here.
Yeah.
Paul Reynolds lost his cap. You got Connor Stapleton here right with the ball. He lost his cap.
That's Brett Bonani without a cap. Barron goes ahead to Bonani, sporting the longer locks than his Olympic days. Entry inside. Sefton tried to control that with his foot. And now well out in front, it's Mulcahy. He'll have all kinds of time cruising in on Barron. A few fakes, moving in, and stuffs it home. Make it 6-2 Olympic Club.
A lot of frustration here on the faces of the New York players. I think there was that forced pass inside. Got the official talking to Barron, wanting the ball after a timeout. Back to that counterattack, they had, I believe it was Ryder Roberts coming up out of the backcourt. He beat Mulcahy, and I think it was Bonani down here who forces the pass inside instead of waiting for Roberts, who's going to come up and have a shot right in front of the cage.
And nothing will frustrate a team more than getting countered repeatedly. Cap change here, as Brett Bonani will now wear number 21. He was wearing number 16.
Yeah, those are some things, mistakes you don't expect by a veteran team such as New York or even Olympic Club for that matter, you know.
And one of the caveats of these groups is that they just don't get to practice as regularly as they did when they were playing at that national team level or at that college level.
Yeah, true.
But you're right, even with that, you still expect a certain caliber.
They've played together long enough that they should know each other, right?
Well high of the cage. Under 2 to play, first half. And some of that muscle memory should click in, right? Given all the games and practices together. Styling with the ordinary. Here's Roberts now. Samuels now. And Andrich takes that one. And he is whooping it up in the cage after making the big save there.
That was exactly, the defense did exactly what he wanted to. He called for Reynolds to come over and take Roberts and force Samuels to take that shot as far outside the cage he was, and being a right-hander, bad angle.
Masmenides returns. Off the post. A rocket again from Fellner. He's got some pace on these shots from the outside.
Absolutely, and you know, he puts that a little more inside, and I think we have a goal. McQuinn's a little late to react there.
Less than a minute to play, first half.
I'm not sure how much McQuinn's been working out these days. He's getting in regularly and practicing somewhere. He hasn't played with the national team in a while.
41 seconds left, and Josh Samuels with an important goal for the New York Athletic Club as they needed something back on offense.
Absolutely, and he had all the time in the world. Defense was sloughed off. We get a second look here. Oh, that ball's already in the back of the net.
4-goal lead now cut to 3.
There we go with the second look at it. And Andrich, a little deep in the goal. Like to see him off especially with the shooters straight out in front, center cage. Like to see him come off the goal line a little more and cut down that angle.
So approaching 30 seconds left here, first half. 6-3 lead for Olympic Club.
Masmanides tussling with Smith.
Has the turn and got some movement, got enough to get Barron moving left to tip that one out. "15 seconds on the shot clock here."
Great matchup at 2 meters with Masmanides and Smith.
He tries to gather it quickly and put it towards the cage, didn't have control. The ball back to New York. Shot clock is off, 10 seconds left here, first half. National League Championship match. Here's Samuels. 3 seconds left, 2. He'll let it fly, and that's field blocked, and Shane Hochschild denies that attempt. Last try for Mandrich, that's batted away by Obert, and we come to halftime where Olympic Club has eyes on a repeat. They're in front 6-3 over the New York Athletic Club. We'll step aside and return after this. One more look here at a goal and a couple. We're back after the break, third quarter on the way. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Third quarter underway here in the National League Championship. UC San Diego in La Jolla, the scene. With Dean Quintal, Greg Meskel here with you. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday afternoon. Wacky weather day here in San Diego. Downpour, rain, wind, chilly temperatures by San Diego standards earlier. Then sunny and a bit warm, now a little windy. Exclusion. This will go against the Olympic Club. Power play chance here for New York in the red and black. Olympic Club in the white. And now we'll have a second exclusion, make it a 6-on-4 opportunity. So big chance here for New York to try and put the ball away. DeBow up big. Bonani moving in. Andrich, big block. Now back to 6-on-5. as we've got one back in the mix.
Big two-hand save there by Andrich.
That was a monster save on the 6-on-4. Here's Styling now. Even strength now. Bonani's turned away the field block. Another new shot clock. It should be anyway, and it does, back to 20.
That's got to be disheartening for New York with a 6-on-4 opportunity.
To go 6-on-4, then 6-on-5, and now back to 6-on-6. And then Andrich again the save. What a defensive stand to start the third quarter from the Olympic Club.
Huge momentum builder there. When you get a goalie like Andrich who feeds off of that and gets better as the game goes on when he makes saves like that.
Now 6 saves for Lazar Andrich.
It'll be a real backbreaker for Olympic Club. Well, they get an exclusion. If they get a goal here, that's it can be demoralizing to a team.
And this was understandable as Paul Reynolds was on the drive through. He basically got held up by Jesse Smith and couldn't move. Field block. Nice defensive effort on both sides. And this is where you've got 2 quarters left in this championship match. Both teams want this Olympic Club wanting to repeat. This was New York's birthright, it seemed, for so many years, right, where they won these sorts of events. You'll get intensity here for the final 2 quarters, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you talk about years past in New York Athletic Club, like they are now, we're stacked with Olympic team players. And I think Olympic Club, got a couple different players and then decided to take things a little more seriously.
And no knock on this New York roster. This is a good team. They had some rosters in the past that were just all world from 1 through 15. It was just out of control,
yeah,
the roster they put together.
Not only U.S. Olympic players, but you see a nice shot there by Ryder Roberts.
Ryder Roberts, a big delivery there to make it 6-4. Second look here. Andrich was frustrated after this one went in.
I think that's some. You see Lazar yelling at his teammates, but I think that's one he's got to have. And he's there.
It was up high there against that post. Just couldn't knock that one down. So 6-4, New York clawing their way back. Fellner, 6 seconds. Barron there.
And we got a breakout by New York.
They do. Barron takes a look, pushes it out in front. Here's Bonani. He has reinforcements. Brett Bonani cruising in. Unselfish, jumps it off. And then a penalty.
What a bailout there.
Wow, Bonani probably should have taken that himself. Gives off to Merarkey, who bobbles that pass and then draws the penalty.
With the bobble, I can understand if the ball's still in his hand and Mulcahy hits him, but he bobbles the ball and it hits the water. Doesn't even have possession of it.
And now Roberts can make this a 1-goal game. Roberts able to hit, powers that home. It's a 6-5 game with 4:45 to play in the third.
New York is very fortunate there as we get a look here at the penalty shot again. And Roberts shoots to the same spot he did last time. And Andrich guesses that way, but I think you got to go a little sooner before that whistle. And he can move across the goal line. As long as he doesn't come off the goal line early, he can move across the goal line.
So Ryder Roberts helping New York work their way back in now. 1-goal game. 4.5 to play in the third. Reynolds and McQuinn Barron is there. A couple of Orange County guys battling, and Barron tips it out. Into Masmanides, too high on the dish from Reynolds. And now again, Barron takes a look.
New York up here on the counterattack if they can get the ball out.
I don't think they'll be able to take advantage on the initial break.
There it is.
Now moving ahead and shows what I know. They push it ahead. Reed Cotterill, we've tied things at 6. 3-goal run here from the New York Athletic Club. This was a 6-3 game at intermission, 3 in a row to start the third, and New York Athletic Club rejuvenated.
Yeah, and Cotterill, he was guarding 2 meters on that defensive possession, and right away he took off on Masmanides, and he didn't quit until he received the pass down at the 2-meter line. So he was a good counter by him, 2-2.
Now under 4 minutes to play, halfway through this third quarter. Inside, quick look. And that one will go into Mulcahy. Powerful move towards the cage, and Barron couldn't get there in time. And a 7-6 lead Olympic Club back in front.
Defenders all around Mulcahy. You had the center's defender who was right there with him, and then you had Mulcahy's own defender, and then you had another guy coming from behind. And he was able to get a shot off there.
Surprising that he was able to do that. It seemed like he was in such a difficult spot to get a shot away.
That's one of those things as a defender, you think you're going to get the ball, and Mulcahy's just moving around so much. You take a swipe at it and can't believe you didn't get it.
Now 1-goal advantage again for Olympic Club.
Big effort there by Olympic Club. Now Olympic Club's going to be up here on the counterattack.
Here's Colin Hennessy.
And 4-on-3 opportunity.
Morales, he fills the lane. Moving in, takes a look, goes lob, and that is in. Peter Morales on the lob. The Olympic silver medalist from 2008 is on the board, and a 2-goal lead for Olympic Club.
Great job there by Colin Hennessy. He sucked his defender out, didn't get fouled and have the ball knocked away to kill the counterattack. Just drew his defender out with him over to Morales. And McQuinn can't get up to get that. We've seen a couple of lobs on McQuinn today.
New York, 3 in a row. Now Olympic Club answering with 2 in a row. Goalie way out. Andrich comes all the way out, but an exclusion. He has to retreat as Fellner will depart for 20 seconds. And New York will call for time with 3:04 to play in the third quarter.
I think that timeout's an advantage for Olympic Club there, letting them get set.
Yeah, New York was in their move here to get things activated on the 6-on-5.
Big answer by Olympic Club after giving up 3 straight goals. Come back with 2 quick ones.
And you wonder if it was maybe just to give the guys a little bit of a breather here, reassess. For me, those timeouts on 6-on-5s, you understand them when it's a backcourt exclusion. Get everyone forward, set something up, maybe end of game scenario if you're a long way from the cage. But you get the exclusion, you're starting to work into your 6-on-5 motion. That takes a little bit of your momentum away.
Absolutely. You don't want to give the defense time to set up. That's the biggest thing. Is now you've got the defense. Okay, we're going to get the right guys we want in there. Right? You might not have your X5 team in there. So you give them an opportunity to get in there, get set, and they know the situation.
Timeout complete. Here's Roberts. 2-goal lead for Olympic Club. Under 3 to play, third quarter. Samuels works along 2 meters. Roberts now. Puts it high. Couldn't get that one on cage, and now the outlet pass. That one hits Reynolds in the back. He's on the move now. Paul Reynolds countering. Defenders giving chase. Pushing forward on the move and hammers it home. Paul Reynolds on the counter. And another for Olympic Club.
I think that hit him in the face. He rolled on his back and it hit him, but great move by Reynolds here. Strong to get some separation. He just clawed the ball, kind of backed into Roberts, and then stepped and got separation. He's back right into him, steps away. Look at that. Nobody on him. He's got, 2 yards from anybody. Big, strong move by Reynolds.
He gave himself a couple of opportunities there. He gets inside, he lets go of the ball. If they want to go penalty route, there's an option there. Doesn't get that call. As you said, claws it back and then puts it home.
We're right back to a 3-goal Olympic Club lead.
Shot off the mark from Samuels, and now New York, after scoring 3 in a row, to tie this game, they'll have to do it again. Here's Jack Grover. The exclusion. It's going to go against Merarkey.
These last couple of possessions, Olympic Club has just countered out of the defensive end, and that's really created the opportunities to give them a 3-goal lead again. Now with the potential to go up 4 goals here with a 6-on-5 opportunity.
And so a timeout called by Brian Flax and the Olympic Club with this opportunity on the way. 2:01 to go, third quarter, 9-6 the lead for the Olympic Club. Champions a year ago, and looking to repeat here. And doing it without some of their key personnel. They've had Johnny Hooper for this entire run. He's not available with Cal graduation this weekend. Yeah, so that's one of their key pieces.
Absolutely. Johnny Hooper, Michael Sharp, longtime player for the Olympic Club. Those are 2 high-powered offensive guys, and they're doing it without them. They've got a couple new players into the club this year. See Fellner and Hauschild.
And we saw in our previous game, third place finish for the Stanford Cardinal as they battled back to defeat USA Collegiate across the way. Golden Bear and Alumni playing on the Canyon View course, and Alumni had 7-5 in the third. Power play here now for Olympic Club. Here's Virales. Puts it away, another for Peter Virales. 2 big goals in this third quarter.
I'm not sure if the defender was there as we get a little look here, or McQuinn didn't get over. And you got the defender there. McQuinn didn't come over much. And he's got to direct, I think, the defender was DeBow, I believe. Needs to direct DeBow over a little further. So as a goalkeeper in 5-on-6 opportunity, you can't cover post to post, so you got to rely on that defender. So he needs to talk to DeBow as he can't see behind him and know if he's got it covered.
And now a 10-6 lead for Olympic Club. And the question now, Dean, does New York have this comeback ability again? Here's Bonani. And this will help, an exclusion.
Yeah, Thomas Carroll coming over the top. Went over the left side of Schweimer with his right arm. And that'll get you kicked out every time.
Exclusion on Carroll, and now here's the 6-on-5. Inside and just sailing it high. They went in for Schweimer. He couldn't get that one on the cage, pushed it way high.
Had some defenders surrounding him.
Yeah, easier said than done, right, when you're in a crowded area.
Could have had his arm hit, or could have had an arm in the way where he had to drop his elbow and cause the ball to sail high.
Offensive, as they were looking close for Mulcahy. Less than a minute to play, third quarter. There's been a series of runs in this third quarter. The first half of this third quarter, it was 3-0 run from New York to tie things at 6. And since then, Olympic Club, 4 unanswered. DeBow works for Bonani. Tries to thread that inside. Masmanitas diving back for the steal.
One final opportunity for Olympic Club here. See if they can't stretch this lead to 5.
About a second differential shot in game clock as we come to the end of the third. Virales now ahead to Hennessy. Here's Reynolds. Quick shot off the post. Almost had another.
Good quick shot by Reynolds there.
Barron will push ahead. And time will run out in the third. And a decisive end to this third quarter for the Olympic Club. 4 unanswered. as we move to the fourth quarter in our National League title match here in 2019. Olympic Club 8 minutes away from repeating. We'll return with the fourth here to San Diego after this. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Fourth quarter underway, and Olympic Club will concede the opening sprint here to Alex Rolsa and the New York Athletic Club. O Club ahead 10-6 in this title match here in the 2019 National League. Dean Quintal and Greg Meskel joining you to wrap up a full weekend of water polo here at UC San Diego. Don't forget, all these games available on demand on the USA Water Polo YouTube page that you're watching on right now. You can share that link, go back and watch these after the fact. From the outside off the post. A close call there from Bonani from distance. And we'll have highlights of the first and third place matches plus first place match reaction this week on the counterattack coming this Wednesday.
I think Bonani tried to catch Andrich out of position a little bit there. Just got it off the post.
Barron controlling that one. National League awards to be handed out afterwards, including MVP, top goalie, top scorer, one we already know, top newcomer this year. Congrats to Tanner Police on earning top newcomer honors in the 2019 National League. Excellent season for that young man, and more awards to come following this match as Andrich bats that one away. And a good start defensively here for Olympic Club, turning aside 2 attempts from New York.
Yeah, good job by Andrich, and what I like, Andrich, the shot coming from up top, he's off the goal line, cutting down that angle, making his save much easier.
Exclusion. Smith trying to control Mulcahy. Fellner inside. Barron is there to turn away the Ballerin attempt.
Ballerin had a good look, just shot it right at McQuinn.
2 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Cotterill's come on. Into Rolsa now. The exclusion on Reynolds. Actually, make that Mulcahy. No complaint there from Mulcahy as he swims off. Power play now to New York. Roberts moving in. And much needed for New York as Ryder Roberts on the power play, cutting it to 3. 10-7 with 5:36 to play.
defender and you got your arm up, but you got to go out there and knock him down. I mean, he had so much time to wave that ball and fake. You get a third look at it here. And he just keeps egg beatering in, staying up.
Five and a half to play, fourth quarter. Now New York will need to pair that goal with some defense. Exclusion. Olympic Club on the advantage now. Reynolds moving in, doesn't have it there. 6 seconds left. Out top, cross cage, and tipped out by Barron with 2 on the shot clock, so it'll reset to 20. And 5 minutes on the nose left in this fourth quarter.
I see McQuinn saying he didn't touch it, that it was a field block.
There won't be any instant replay to confirm that potential field block. So it'll come back in for Olympic Club. They can go right from the corner, so Barron ready there. And then it goes high from Mulcahy. But we'll stay right here as Smith came in and out of the corner just buried Mulcahy, it looked like.
I think that was Ryder Roberts.
Oh, excuse me.
And I'm really surprised he didn't get excluded for that either.
That's what I thought the initial call was going to be.
Yeah, these 2 hands and just shoved him underwater.
So that turns it right back over. And Olympic Club will have it now with under 5 to play. Entry in, and it trickles away, and taken by Barron.
Strong pass there as Thomas Carroll was trying to post up coming out of the 5 spot.
Sun setting here, heavy glare off the water now in our direction anyway. Arki controlling far side. Here's Rolsa, shot clock to 5. Ordinary Roberts. And that was field blocked and then ended up making its way to Andrich, and he hangs on. And now we're nearing the 4-minute mark, and Olympic Club in command ahead 10-7.
Massmead is subbing out. Ballerin coming in.
2 tough centers for this Olympic Club team. They go into Ballerin, and that's up over the cage. Barron got enough of it, though, to tip that out. So your shot clock. Here's Mulcahy. Wide open as he fills the lane. Mulcahy moving in and hits. Nobody home on Colin Mulcahy as he buries that shot to make it 11-7 with 3:37 to play in the fourth.
I'm really not sure what New York was thinking there, just letting Mulcahy go and thinking he's going to miss the shot and get a counter out of it. I mean, it wasn't even like Roberts. Roberts just kind of floated back. It wasn't like he was taking off to go on offense. Big answer there for Olympic Club.
And now pressure here from Olympic Club, trying to close this one out, ahead 4. Bonani fakes on the shot off the ordinary, he'll go styling. Smith battling in low. Andrich comes out, but an exclusion first. Power play, Andrich out of the cage. Smith screening Andrich from getting back into the cage, and meanwhile, Bonani puts it home.
Good veteran move there by Jesse Smith. You see he just slid right in front of Andrich, and no chance at him getting back in the goal.
And make it a 3-goal deficit now, 11-8.
lot of subbing with their centers between Ballerin and Massiminides.
Keeping those guys fresh, right? Yeah. Here's Fellner. Reynolds. Pursued by Samuels. Those two have known each other forever. Here's Fellner now. Rips that high. And back to New York. Under 3 to play. New York going to need to work some magic here in the final 2:49.
Cornelius with the ball right now. He hasn't been in the game that much.
Yeah, hasn't played a ton. He'll give a look here. Goes inside to Samuels. He makes the turn and draws the exclusion. And timeout called by New York. So New York using some post-up opportunities here to try and draw some exclusions and get some advantages. They'll have another here with 2:33 to play as they call for time.
Yeah, Samuels posted up Reynolds, but it wasn't Reynolds who was ejected. It was Mulcahy who held back on, got the kick out and on the held back.
How many timeouts has your team had? How many timeouts? What are you saying?
This is an opportunity, Greg, that New York has to convert on if they want to climb back.
Oh, it's a must.
Game.
With 2:33 left, we can always talk about playing the clock game here and looking at how many possessions you have left. And they'll look back at the chances they had on advantages, but in this moment, score here, 2-goal game with 2 and change left, that's very manageable.
Absolutely. And you got to remember to look at the shot clock, as you've seen the last 6-on-5 opportunity, and they just have the shot clock run out on them.
Here's Roberts. On the advantage. Bonani. Roberts now knocked down there. Works to Samuels. Looking inside for Obert, not there. Roberts now on the move and save Andrich. That's a big stop on the advantage. They kill off that power play with 2:10 to play in the fourth. But an offensive, and Olympic Club giving it right back to New York. So before they can even get established on the offensive end, they keep the door slightly ajar here for New York.
You don't see that call that often, especially when the offensive player's got a lead. They'll let you cut the defender off.
Bonani tries to rip that, and Grover there with the field block. And Olympic Club will take a timeout with 1:50 to play in the fourth. Ahead 11-8. It looks as if, Dean, they've done the job here to try and secure this repeat as National League champions.
Yeah, most likely, time they've got maybe 2 possessions left. That shot there by Bonani looked like it was a shot out of frustration. He didn't have anything there. He wasn't open. Andrich was set on him, and Grover came up with the big block.
Great weekend of water polo here. Big thanks to our hosts at UC San Diego. Taking on 2 courses of water polo action morning till night, yesterday and today. Action wrapping up on the Canyon View pool as well as Cal alumni go after 5th place.
Great complex here, having 2 pools so close to each other.
This has now been the home of the Fisher Cup for many years. First year where the National League Championship and the Fisher Cup merged, and remains a great venue for water polo, especially when you want to have a high volume of high-level water polo. To have 2 pools like this, all deep, you don't get that much even here in California where there are pools aplenty.
Yeah, you got it at Stanford. Cal's got 2 pools down the street from each other.
Willett and Irvine.
Yeah.
And now Olympic Club playing keep away. Peter Varales, he had 2 big goals during that run in the third quarter when Olympic Club went on a 4-0 run after allowing a 3-0 run.
Yeah, especially that 6-on-5.
And now pushing ahead, here's Reynolds. Inside, draws the penalty.
Great tactics there by Olympic Club, just taking their time, letting the clock run down, and then giving Paul Reynolds just open water. And there's not many guys who are going to be able to stop him on a drive like we just saw there, even a veteran like Josh Samuels.
And Reynolds here can put the cap on this one. With 1:23 to play, he's got to back it out to 5 meters. And puts it home. Paul Reynolds adds another. Make it 12-8. That score's been going around. And 1:23 to play in the fourth, and that's the fourth for Reynolds. And
just adding to his totals.
And if nothing else happens here, that may have just locked up the scoring title for Reynolds. He was neck and neck with Mulcahy coming in.
Is that for the year or
just for the season?
Yeah,
he's the all-time National League scorer, but for the regular season crown or the 2019 National League scoring title, I believe he came in trailing Mulcahy by a goal in this game. We'll get confirmation of that, but Obert answers back in close to make it 12-9 with 1:13 to play.
Good opportunity by Obert. Looks like they caught the Olympic Club a little asleep there.
Again, playing keep away.
And McQuinn's come out of the goal for New York.
And an offensive.
Offensive push off there.
Ball back to Obert. Roberts. Samuels. Field block controlled by Andrich. As we take a quick look, actually, Reynolds and Mulcahy may end up tying. Looks like they both have 35 goals on the year here in 2019. See if they don't necessarily need to tack one on here.
Be interesting to see what are the other player totals. You had a kid from Newport Water Polo, I think, had 18 goals this weekend alone. His name is escaping me. I remember his number 7.
On the current goal leaders, Theodoros Pateros from Long Beach Shore. He was in at third with 31 goals. Hannes Dobay at fourth, a tie for fourth, 31 goals, and then Josh Styling in the mix as well. But in any event, the more important result, the National League Championship. And for the second straight year, it goes to the Olympic Club. And they defeat the New York Athletic Club 12-9 in a back-and-forth battle. That saw Olympic Club go up 6-3 at half. New York tied the game at 6. And then Olympic Club run off 4 in a row on their way to a 12-9 victory. And handshakes all around here. And this rivalry now, you talked about it earlier, Dean, this was in favor of New York for many years now. Olympic Club, they have taken the edge here in the last couple of years as they've pushed ahead. And they have now taken the National League title 2 years in a row. And a big victory here in San Diego.
Yeah, big effort by the Olympic Club, as you said. You know, they gave up a 3-goal lead. They didn't panic. They turned around right away, four goals. That just showed some fortitude by them to not get down after creating that early lead.
Yeah, an impressive effort too. When they take that big surge from New York, and then they ward that off, and then come back to answer with 4 unanswered is strong stuff.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of it. You have kind of 2 different types of teams here. New York, much bigger team than Olympic Club. Olympic Club's got a lot of speed, and we saw them create that 4-goal lead out of their counterattack. Played great defense. Got a lot of guys, who can move and help out on defense, and then get out on that counterattack.
So the final here, 12-9. We'll take a quick timeout and then come back and wrap things up, and we'll have our final award winners here for you. So a timeout, but Olympic Club, the National League champs in 2019. New York Athletic Club, second place. Stanford, third place. We're back to close things out from San Diego after this. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
So, You've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
And now we'd like to go through some of our our individual awards. Starting out with our top goalkeeper. Give a round of applause, Lazar Andrich. And our second award goes to our top scorer, dethroning his teammate.
And welcome back. We've got our final honors here, and leading scorer, it goes to Colin Mulcahy, so he ends up by a goal. And the MVP from the Olympic Club, it's Paul Reynolds, the most valuable player, one of the most dominant players in National League history. He gets MVP honors here. Photo with Dana Dovicic. Top scorer, Colin Mulcahy. Top goalkeeper, Lazar Andrich. So Olympic Club, Dean, they sweep it here in the big awards. We know Tanner Police, of course, the newcomer of the year. And a strong finish here. This is going to head on back to Post Street in the city. Another trophy on the way to the Olympic Club up north.
The trophy they care about most is the Directors' Cup, which New York and Olympic Club trade. And when they show up for a game, they've got to whoever is in possession of it has to bring it with them. There's been times when people haven't been in possession with it, and they've got to FedEx it. But it's a little better when you get to hang on to it and bring it on the plane on the way home.
So big victory for the Olympic Club to take the National League title in 2019, 12-9 over the New York Athletic Club. And they clean up in the awards, Paul Reynolds MVP to close things out. That'll do it for us here in La Jolla at UC San Diego. A big thanks to our crew joining us here all weekend long, doing a great job through all the elements, producing all of these games on 2 pools, and all of our analysts that joined us, including Sam Slavodian and John Abdu, and my partner Dean Quintal. Greg Meskel saying thanks for joining us here. Olympic Club takes the National League title. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time here on USA Water Polo TV.